All right, first podcast. I don't know how to start this, but okay. All right, let's see. So, first topic is who we are.
Hey, no, wait. Before, don't even Let's just say what we're doing here. I mean, it's kind of weird to just jump in
That's
right
what I
away.
was gonna say.
Well, then let's do it.
You
Wow,
go ahead.
Nike average.
What are you doing here? What are you doing
Wait,
here, Specs?
I don't know, dude.
I'll do it.
Well, why'd you put me on the spot? You know I don't like this.
I'll do it.
I put you on the spot because you started this. All right, Hamon, go ahead. Why are we
everyone.
here?
Hello, my name's Moan. This is our podcast, and we're here to talk about anything, really. Anything that catches our eye for pure entertainment and joy.
And laughter.
Oh, we should probably, say
And
this is not for kids.
And this is the Bunch of Fools podcast.
That's amazing way to put it,
Like, come on, my intro was fine. Now we're talking, people. Come on.
I think that's a good way. So,
Sorry, I need to get my editing, practice in. So I'm just saying random stuff.
Yes.
No, that's true. Editing is really hard. No, I understand.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it, so I'm just putting a lot of
Neither
stuff
do
I
I.
can practice cutting stuff out and pasting it.
That's fine. You can cut out everything I just said.
Yeah.
all this is getting cut out.
All right. Can we
All right,
start?
so we have virtual schooling. How's that working out for y'all? Better or worse than actual schooling? In my opinion, it sucks.
So we're jumping right into it. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, so how's it working out for y'all?
Oh, that's it. That was your.
That was the punchline.
I was waiting. I was going to answer. I was waiting to see
that was
someone
a
else would say
segue.
something. That's
That was a segue. Y'all had no clue.
I was waiting for someone else to answer.
I'll go first. I'll go first.
Right. Come on, go ahead. Yeah.
So for me, I'd say it's probably worse. It has its pros, it has its cons, but overall, I'd rather be in school for in-person learning.
Big cons for you, especially with that internet.
Yes, I know. Thank you for that kind comment, Maro-chan.
Yes, I'm
I
getting
know.
cut out every 5 seconds.
I know, my McDonald's Wi-Fi. Crap, you have to edit that out. Copyright.
No.
I mean, then again, I can't. I struggle joining too because it's like
I saw you said that.
Yeah, I keep struggling with joining because it's like my computer just wants to kill itself, and then and then I can't go in because it big problems.
First day went pretty great for you. Last block couldn't join Spanish class at all.
Really,
I feel you.
I could not, no matter what I did. Like, laptop couldn't connect to Wi-Fi. Phone was dying. It was all going bad.
Then
when I got power in my phone, I couldn't find the link to get to the classroom.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. Oh crap. Ah, damn it. Alright, edit that out. But United, how about you?
There's definitely some pros and cons. Easier stuff for problems to do, but like cons, I don't get to see. So it's not
great.
You don't get to see the boys.
Yes, that's true.
The bunch of fools.
See us amazing, handsome
He
fellows.
said the thing.
Yes.
All right, Specs. You've been real quiet.
So I know. I really stink at this. I don't.
Come on.
No. This is that was a segue. This is the first time
fine.
we're doing this.
Yeah.
Gotta get all the cringe out of the way.
He's gonna end up being the best out of us.
It's
later.
not.
You gotta make this into a normal conversation. Basically, got it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it is a normal conversation, but even in normal conversation, I struggle. And knowing that we're recording this and it's going to be put out, it's just the issue of.
I know it's weird feeling the recording, but I mean, at least there's no one to look at. You're just talking,
Yeah. So.
Yeah, bittersweet feeling.
With
all in our homes.
I think the main issue, for me at least, is when you're done normal schooling, like with physical schooling, you come home off the bus, and you kind of escape that environment. You're at home, you get to relax, kick your shoes off, and do whatever you want. But with virtual schooling, your bedroom becomes your classroom. And it seems like the teachers are constantly putting out, and yeah, it might be easier, like they said, But that environment, that feeling of I have to be punctual, I have to be ready, I have to get all my work done, it still seems to loom over you even after 220 hits and I'm done. And usually in physical schooling, when third block hits, I'm like, oh, it's third block. One more block to go after this, and then I'm home. But nowadays, just like there's no excitement in coming home because home is just my life now.
Like, oh, I'm home now. I've been here for however many months. I don't want to be here no more.
Yeah, you bring up an excellent point that I didn't think of. It almost almost gives off the wrong environment for you when you're learning.
Yeah, exactly. I think that
like it's hard to learn when you see your bedroom and your video games and stuff like what I mean. It doesn't help you stay focused.
And I think that also another stem or branch off of that is being on a computer for 7 or 6 hours a day, and then of course you have the addition of homework and stuff like that. It's really straining sitting in one chair nonstop. We get 25-minute break for lunch, and then 3 minutes to. It's not even a break. There's 3 minutes in between because most of the time that's filled with struggles of getting into the actual video call. So that there really isn't a break that you can just go to the bathroom or sit down. And then there's always that worry, what if my bowels, start getting funky? And
my bowels.
Yeah. And how do you explain that to the teacher? Sorry, I've been gone for 30 minutes because I've been sitting on the toilet, and I haven't been feeling that well.
Well, you gotta have some spunk with it. Like, what are you gonna do? Send me to detention? No, I'm home. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. You're not gonna tell me otherwise. I mean, it's pretty much
the
like
time
that.
structure is definitely
if I need to use the bathroom, I'm using the bathroom. Okay.
Do I raise my hand? Do I ask to go to my own bathroom?
I don't know. I was wondering that too. That's
I feel like it's respect, but I don't know.
I think nothing's really been defined. We just have our classes and when to get into those classes, and that's it. Nothing's really been defined or refined, really. Say, okay, this is how it's going to work.
Yeah, we really haven't even mentioned that we're pretty much the guinea pigs. Like, nothing has been done before. It's like it's like
we are
like I'm sure people way back when school wasn't a thing. In school, the thought of going to a place outside of your home to learn was crazy, and the kids then were having oh my god, what am I doing here? But that's I assume it's a similar feeling now with us having to stay home and learn when we've been so used to going to this place outside of home to actually learn stuff and to meet our teachers and things. I haven't even met my Spanish teacher? I haven't even met her. Seems kooky.
Expectations have definitely been shifted drastically. Some teachers, they're a bit more lenient, and then other ones are really strict. I've already been on the computer for 7 hours. I don't want to sit here summarizing 20 pages in this textbook for another 2 hours.
Some are way too lenient as well.
Also, that.
So these are excellent observations. What about you, Maro-chan?
I haven't been doing much observing, nor have I been paying attention during classes. I've just been playing games.
Well, okay.
See, I'm being a good role model for all the kiddies.
all the kiddos out there.
What about you?
Don't want to work. Play games.
What about me? What do? I just sit there crying sadness. It's all good.
Well, what do you think of it? What's your preference?
What's my preference? I would like to go back to school, but obviously, virtual.
Yeah. So we can all agree that we prefer in-person learning.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, people are saying that we might return October 13th for full schooling.
I don't
I heard that.
They say that.
They said we would return 4 months ago.
That's what this. Yeah.
Let's be
honest.
honest.
That's the peak of it, and I don't even really want to get into this because people are going to argue, "Oh, it's going down. It's fine," or "Oh, no, it's not fine." It really comes down to personal preference and vulnerabilities in your immune system or family members' immune system, which is a complicated topic to get into. Some people think that we're at a point where if we have proper precautions in play, we can go to normal school.
Here's what I think. Okay, there are people that's like, oh yeah, we're flattening the curve. It's going down. The cases are going down. It hasn't gotten better. It has
Yeah.
gotten less bad. Like America has so many cases, and then it's only gone down, but it's still so many cases. I don't
I
have the
think we
exact
just
number,
I think
but
we just hit like
it's just
200,000
insane.
something.
Yeah, we've hit 6 million cases, but 200,000 deaths, I believe.
Yeah.
Damn, that's quite.
That's
But
insane.
it's crazy. It gets further complicated when you look at the state level, because then there's state cases, state transmission rates. It's crazy. I think more for me, my problem is just I feel like we're just getting used to this online learning. I don't even know if I want to switch back. It'd just be tricky, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get used
Yeah.
to one
I don't
environment.
know.
Now they're throwing us back in here. It'd be like my brain's all scrambled.
But
It's like,
see, the thing is, I haven't really gotten used to it. My brain hasn't
Neither have I
been
really,
able
but
to
sure.
adjust properly. It's not like, okay, this is the new norm now. I still just after a while,
Yeah.
the first few months, I was okay with it. It's like, okay, this stinks, but
yeah.
it's what it is. But now after a while, I've gotten tired of the virtual calls, and it's only been what, like 2 weeks. I'm just tired
Yeah,
of it
I
already.
feel like it's gotten harder.
Yeah, I
to
think
do the
making
right
it live
thing,
made it
honestly.
harder, or just
It's
more,
like
for lack of a better word,
staying
just
home,
more.
not going out with friends. It's like I had so many plans this summer, like last summer. They all got canceled. Every
For
single
real.
one. Like,
And I think quarantine, the negative side of it isn't just the schooling for our situation, because not everyone's in school, of course, but just the fact that we've been home constantly for those months add on to the issues that come with school. You think like, oh, I'm home for the entire day, essentially, for several weeks or months. That's great. Until about 2 weeks in, when you've run out of things to do and you're staring at the ceiling, twiddling your thumbs, just what am I doing?
Yes. Yeah.
at least we got video games though. Okay, video games have kept me sane. It gave
Yeah,
me an
and books.
activity to do
And books.
and something to talk about. I don't really read books. I should read books.
I love
Just
books.
start doing that.
I love
But
reading.
yeah,
I'm
like
really
reading
picky
reviews.
when
And
it
video
comes
games, of course, yes.
to books.
Paladins has kept me distracted.
yes, that knock off Overwatch.
Yeah, I could be to an extent. I'm kind of picky, but a little bit, not like too much for certain things.
Yeah,
I
I'm
And yes,
think
Paladins is
Maru
my
Chan.
for sure. We'll
You
probably have
guys
to edit
know how
that out.
picky I am with everything, with games.
Yeah, you pick up a
and-
game for a week and they're all done.
Oh, we know.
Like we're all playing
I
this
know.
game.
That's why when you
Somebody else
mentioned,
like, why don't you invite me?
sorry, I'm interrupting people.
It's like we do.
So,
You don't
a video
play.
game. I won't name it. I just was like,
Like, you can
stop
name
a week
names.
later.
You can name names of like video games and stuff. We're not gonna get sued.
I just didn't know. I don't know. I know. I just don't want to try to be smart.
It's
but it
just
was
so-
really
70s.
smart.
if we
I didn't think you were going to
profit
hold on to that
over
game
it-
for as long as you
Yeah.
have.
That's true.
what, like Dauntless?
No, 7. I meant.
Oh well, no, I've played it for a while now.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I just didn't
He
think
played it for-
you
he played
would.
it for a little bit now,
It's
like,
selective. It's a
it's been a
selective
while
game.
now.
It's hard for some people, I guess, to find appealing. So I was surprised you liked it.
A lot of survival games, at their core, really come like playing with other people. Playing
It is really
Ark
fun with other
Alone
people. I have to say,
or-
yeah.
or Conan Exiles or 7 Days to Die Alone. It's really boring and crazily lonely after a while. You have this immense world, and usually there aren't
Yeah,
any
sometimes it
NPCs,
is. Yeah.
and it gets lonely. And 7 Days to Die, you have traders, but
hmm
they're limited to just here's a quest or hey,
Yeah.
I like that. I'll give you coins for it, so you can buy something else. You don't really have a direct storyline to follow. Ark is different, and I'd love to talk about that for a bit because that game is a completely different side or completely different side of the spectrum of survival games. But playing with another person, like I play with my dad all the time with Ark and 7 Days and stuff like that, and that adds a whole new layer to the fun that you can have.
It really does. Yeah.
I mean,
It's
the
crazy.
majority of survival games is just grinding. So when you're doing it
That is
alone,
true. A little
you
bit.
have-
Yeah. If you can make it like a twist, it's better. Like
Yeah.
grinding with a twist, you know?
Like
Yeah.
like Minecraft. Like Minecraft
Yeah.
got insanely huge, and it's still huge, and it's just mining blocks. But it has such a large like just sandbox of what you can do and it's just amazing to just play with the
Let your
boys.
That's why, like,
imagination run wild.
yeah, exactly. But that's kind of why they haven't survival games in general haven't really blasted off to something like COD or Battlefield or something like
Shooter
that.
games.
Because
Yeah.
when you can get you just
Wow.
hop into Call of Duty and play for 5 minutes to 3 hours. In survival games, you could play for 5 minutes to 2 hours, but whatever you do in that time span is really up to you, and that's why it's not as popular as a genre. Call of Duty, you just hop into capture the flag, and you have a great time. It's fun, but with survival games, whether it's Minecraft or 7 Days or whatever, it's really up to you to make your own storyline because, like I said, you don't really have a direct one to follow.
Yeah, that's a good point. I know it's harder also on PlayStation. It's still fun on PlayStation, but on PC, I've seen because I watch a couple YouTubers. They've done unique challenges, and that's put a really nice twist on, especially when you're playing by yourself, like restrictions on how to play the game and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All the work.
I can try and help
Editing.
you, Specs. I just don't know how you can share it to me.
Oh well, with the bot we're using, it sends a link, and that gives you the files
All
and
of us?
stuff like that. Yeah, well,
It
or
sends it
give
to me,
you.
and I can send it to him.
All right, if you could send it to me or all of us, I'd appreciate that, Afro.
I'll put it in the general.
Okay, so
Thank you.
back to what we were talking about before with survival games. I have something to add on to it, but I want to give other people time to talk too. So if you have anything to say,
Fine.
say.
Yes. Ah, damn it! I did it again.
Amazing job, Afro, giving me my
Ah,
identity
sorry.
to everyone around the world.
I'm not used to it.
I've been pretty good. Been rocking pretty good here.
All right. Maru-chan. Go.
Yes, I am a cup of noodles. I will go. And what are we talking about again?
Oh my
Whatever you want.
Dude,
Come on, Marvel
Just
I
do
don't-
whatever you want.
I don't really get the appeal of survival games. I only play them with
Okay, all right,
friends
keep
'cause
talking.
it's just boring playing survival games. I just get lonely and shit, In my Minecraft world, see a creeper, I'm just all depressed and shit.
Okay, that's getting cut out.
Explodey.
Well,
what?
No, I'll just bleep it. It's fine. I'll just bleep it. But the
Oh, if you're
counter that,
bleeping the S word, you're gonna do a whole lot of bleeping, dude.
It's
I don't know,
fine.
man.
it'll be fun. It's fine.
I
Counter
think those
to
can
it.
stay. Anything above the S word probably needs to be cut out.
I don't know my tiers of curse words, so I'm just gonna.
That's fun.
Yells at your own,
We'll definitely be cutting this part out.
no,
Yes,
we
yes.
don't have to cut
Please,
this
Specs.
out.
N-word. If you're gonna cut it out, I might
Save
as
the
well say
podcast,
it.
please.
I will.
No,
I will keep a
I
lot of
will
this.
hunt you
just so
down.
know.
No, Marvel.
I will keep a lot of this in though, just to show the process. It's our first podcast. We might as well show the process of getting used to everything.
Just cut out the names.
Yeah, cut out the names and
I'll just bleep it if I really need
stuff.
to.
No.
The bleep part.
I've said it like over 100 times.
So,
Yeah.
Craig, how's it going?
Nice,
talk.
nice, yeah. Wow, that's really cool. Wow.
I really enjoy the sound types of people.
No way, Craig. Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Just put like a bear dancing gif or something.
All right, people. We got to get. Come on, we got to rein ourselves in. So, Specs, please continue
With what, like
Oh,
survival
man.
games?
with your survival games.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to take a moment to focus on Ark just because I really like that game. But so
Of
the
course, that's
thing with,
fine.
like
Please, go on.
survival games, 7 Days to Die in particular, because that's another big one. I guess you could say big one. Survival games, like I said, don't have a huge following, but
Digging.
7 Days doesn't really have a story to it. There's a plane that occasionally flies over you, and then of course what happened? Okay, and there are traders and stuff like that. But Ark, I will do free advertising for them because if you haven't tried it, you should. At surface
Download
level,
Arc today.
yeah.
Product placement.
At surface level, it just looks like a normal survival game, except has dinosaurs. I think that's
Yeah,
really all I need
totally
to
And
say.
a lot of
By Ark.
pooping.
Yeah, a lot of pooping too. But dinosaurs. And when you spawn in on that beach, it just seems like that. You pick up rocks, you punch trees, you die from a few dinosaurs, you get mad, you quit the game for about 2 days, you go back in. And then once you really start getting used to the grind and the flow of things, then you start noticing, wait, this world is a whole lot different than what I expected. It's not just a prehistoric island and I'm a human with a metal thing in my
It's a
arm.
prehistoric island with guns.
But not even that. There are these floating towers or obelisks in the sky. And you notice those when you first start playing, but you don't really care about them. It's just like, whoa, what's that? Okay, now I'm fighting a Carno. I'm dead. Woo. But as you start going into the story, I should. How much should I spoil about this?
It's not really.
It's
I wouldn't
fine.
spoil
mean,
anymore. Save it for
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like it'd be a spoiler if you
I'll
go
ju-
into
I'll
the
just say-
story aspect, but
I will
dying
go
to a
with
dinosaur is
I'll just
not really.
say it's a game where you start off with just dinosaurs and stuff like that.
You start off as a dude with a rock in your arm,
but
and then you go
it's
up to
space.
be a dude that doesn't have a rock in his arm.
And it's in space.
Oh, you sound like Rocky.
I will say, on the note of 7 Days to Die, they are working on it, a story. So
Oh,
that's
really?
good. Yes,
Really?
yeah, they're working on
Let's
adding
think
some
about-
stuff.
It's gonna take about 5 years for that to come out on console. So
Yeah, that's the trick. Yes, but the only story they really have now is essentially the zone you're in is from a nuclear fallout because they tried to stop the apocalypse. And what happens is you got stuck in that one rain, so that's the world pretty much. That's the main stuff they have.
Wow, such a story. Never heard that
They
before.
hope to add more personalized trader quests, like more story quests from the traders.
What you thinking, United over there? Man, be quiet.
I'm just playing some black.
Boy,
You're
Poison
playing
Black.
you're on a podcast and you're playing games.
Yes.
United,
you
this
better-
is
you better
unacceptable.
Turn it off. And you better. Okay,
Oh.
now we're putting you on the spot. You better bring up a topic and we'll talk about it.
Sorry.
Story
Fallout,
time.
I think Fallout is a great game. You get a whole bunch of mods and everything.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
you
okay.
you can
It is-
have
it is a
like
Bethesda
escape
game.
nukes.
Since
You can yeet teddy bears. You can yeet baby cooks from the freaking mini nuke thing, and I think that's special.
Baby
fun.
carts?
Yes, baby corpse.
Okay.
so,
Okay.
since
Top
it seems
10.
like we're doing very well on the topic of video games, I'm gonna ask a
Yeah.
very, very big question that's important to all gamers in the video. Are you ready?
Video
Yeah.
game.
Yep.
What is your favorite video game of all time,
Oh,
regardless of genre?
oh,
Damn.
Minecraft, I think, in my opinion.
Okay, so we have Afro with Minecraft. Next, Specs.
I don't.
We'll come
it's
back to you.
so difficult. Yeah.
Martin,
Super Mario Galaxy.
Martin, Super Mario Galaxy, and
Oh, that's a
United.
good one. That's a good one.
United.
Fallout 4,
Oi.
like I said.
Fallout 4. Okay, and Specs, back to you.
Well, no, you go. I'm still thinking.
I think if I had to guess, it's fairly recent, but it's pretty top chart, so I'm gonna have to go with God of War, the new one, 2016. God of
Really?
War. Yes, that game was
I-
amazing.
That's a great
It is
game.
amazing. I can't doubt that.
Damn it, Marchan.
I know. It's hard.
Marchan,
hard.
it is. If you've seen it, it's amazing. I recommend
Boy.
it. Specs, if you haven't played it, yes, boy. If you haven't played it, Specs, it's on PlayStation. Please do.
Boy.
I'll
It's
see.
one of the greatest games I've ever got the enjoyment and honor of playing.
I'm excited for the new one.
Yes, I know the new one with the Thor or whatever. I cannot wait.
Yep.
I'm like antsy for it. Back to you, Specs.
I don't really know. See, like I mentioned before, I'm really picky when it comes to video
Understandable.
games and
I just assumed it'd be Ark.
well, see,
Yeah.
Thought really highly of it.
I
Oh,
I
it's not
think
Borderlands?
really highly- that's another one. See, now I just bring up so many good things.
Borderlands?
I rate games off the memories, like after several months of playing them, how I feel towards them. Because in the
Uh-huh.
moment, games can seem really exciting, but then afterwards it can wear off. It's just like, okay, it was a mediocre.
Yeah.
game. But
Mhm.
That's a
thinking
good
about it now, there's no like one that stands out because I've had so many fond
Doom.
memories of what games I play. Because they're not too expensive, $60. But I'm not spending $60 every time a game comes out. I don't get a game
What
every
about
single
Doom?
game that releases. And that's another one. See this?
Doom.
I think
And
that's probably also close to my list. It might come runner up.
Which Doom? Which Doom?
The Doom, I like all of them, but most recently I'd say Doom 2016 or Doom Eternal, but probably 2016.
I think Eternal's better. In my
I haven't
opinion.
played all of Eternal, so please do not say anything to anybody. Please.
Alright, no problem.
There's so many like
I'm just
different factors that come into play when talking about video games because it really just depends on
Of course.
what you really want to, how long you want to spend, and what you want to get out of the game. Just as a great, solid, incredible game that'll really make you cry like a baby, even though you're probably too old to cry at a superhero game, is Insomniac Spider-Man. That one's been out for what, 2 years now?
Okay.
I'm going into spoiler territory. I don't care. It's been out 2 years. If you haven't played it now, then it's your fault.
That's fine.
But it starts off with just a normal Spider-Man game, and it has the normal thing, like the normal tropes of a superhero game. New York City's destroyed. There are criminals everywhere, stuff like that.
no.
But it really
There's
gets
somebody
you
being living
attached
in
to the
Jungle City.
characters. And Dr. Octavius, anyone who has read a Spider-Man comic book knows
Spoiler
that he's
alert.
from Doc Ock. That's not even a spoiler. It's Doc Ock. It's in his
No,
name.
because
It is
I know where
Doc Ock.
this is going because I've played
Yeah,
the game,
but-
so that's what I'm saying.
But as you're playing it, when it's in the first 10 minutes, Peter gets a call from his boss, and then he goes in. It's Dr. Octavius, and you're like, I know he's a bad guy, but as the game progresses, he's like, what? Wait, hang on, he's a good guy right now. Are they? He's not going to be a bad guy. Well, no, that can't happen. And he starts getting ill with a disease that makes his body fail and stuff like that, and it starts to deteriorate at his mind too because a device that he designed to help his body, the mechanical arms, is messing with his mind and stuff like that. But it really hits you hard. You start seeing signs like he's 3D printing armor and he's doing a giant syringe for something, and then it just hits you. You're at the raft, Supermax security for supervillains, and Spider-Man just gets his butt kicked by the Sinister Six. And you're sitting there like, what do I do? And then as Spider-Man's like crawling away from the bad guys because he's on the ground, he's damaged, he's bruised, the mechanical arm comes up and slams down, and Dr. Octavius rises up. You're like, I knew it! I should have
That
seen it coming.
moment hit hard, man.
You're just like,
That
"What?"
moment was like, oh my god, oh no.
Because in the rest of the game before that, he really was a genuine guy. And yeah, you saw signs, like I said, but he was like your friend. Like, you really got to know him.
He was Peter's like mentor and friend, but
Exactly.
he just had jealous problems. Like,
And then
that's where it all went to.
And then at the end, when I saw that, I didn't cry. I just had my mouth just open, and I was like, "What?" But at the end,
Cried.
when it's just like he gets the
Cried.
serum, Doc Ock's defeated. Spider-Man's bruised and damaged again, and he has the anti-serum, and it's just enough to save one person, or they can take a few days to develop an entire cure for the city. And he goes to Aunt May, who's sick and in the bed, and it's just this moment where he's just like, she's my aunt. I have to save her. And he goes right to plug it into the IV drip, and he stops right then because of I'm gonna go. This could go on for like an hour because of what Spider-Man's all about in all the movies. What makes Tobey Maguire's the Sam Raimi trilogy so great, and it's all the great comics, is that it sucks. In the Spider-Man 2, in that movie, there's a line that says, in order to be steady and to do what's right, you have to give up what you want the most, even your dreams. And he wanted Aunt May to live. Who wouldn't? And he doesn't want to be Spider-Man at times. He doesn't want this dumb job. He doesn't want his Aunt May to die, but it's his responsibility because who else can do that? And in the universe, there is, I think, the Avengers and maybe Fantastic Four, but they're not there, so that, they can't do anything. And it's his job. It's him or no one else. So he could save Aunt May, but then the entire city dies, and it's those choices. Of course, that really isn't a relatable choice, but you still can relate to it on some level because everyone has that situation where they have to be responsible and do something they don't want to do. It just comes to, I don't want to do this, but it's the right thing to do. And that's what makes Spider-Man such a lovable hero, and that's why he's my favorite hero. Hero.
He's my favorite hero.
My favorite hero because of how
Sounds like
relatable he is,
type
and it's
of
very
too.
typical thing to say about Spider-Man. Everyone says that, but that's because that's what he was designed to be. All the other superheroes were
Stanley, that's
strong.
what he did.
Yeah, exactly. he had
Like,
money
his
issues.
whole plan was let me make the most relatable superheroes. That's why Spider-Man doesn't have money. He's still in high school, and it's like all this stuff.
Wasn't he in college when so?
Oh yeah,
I think he was. I think it started with him in high school, and then it went up to him being an adult. So there was parts where he was in college.
yeah, definitely. And even in the Tobey Maguire movies, the first movie he graduates high school, and then the rest he's in college. But that's not really the focus of it. It's just the issues that he has to go through in daily life and having to balance this thing of I want a normal human life. I want to be with this girl I love. I want to do this. I want to do that. And he's been given these powers. He has to use them because no one else has those powers. No one else can save the city. You know.
Would you think? What Hamon? There we go.
What? Oh, that's very relatable, definitely, especially for God of War. I think if I watched that ending again, I probably would cry if I saw it again. It is so moving, and it's just so many emotions. Like you couldn't even. It's hard to fathom that somebody could feel that much pain. Like it's crazy what the characters go through, the connection.
Exactly.
It
That's
really
what
is
all
a moving video game. You
I
have
think
to
that's
watch
what
it and play it.
media and stuff like that was
And then
designed
you have
for
people that
movies
say
and TV
video
shows and
games
games.
cause violence.
The
Video
best video
games
games
cause
of all time.
violence.
The best video games of all time are those that really make you feel something. Even movies, and TV shows, the ones that really hit you hard, deep, and cut you in the heart, and you're just like, "Gosh, why'd you have to do that to me?" They're in this imaginary, crazy world of superheroes and wizards stuff like that. But the themes that they talk about are really, you know, human-like. You know, they have human
Yeah.
interests, and that's sort of what inspires a lot of people. If this superhero who is Superman, he's invincible, and only a green rock can kill him, and he could shoot lasers out of his eyes, but he can even get depressed, and it's just those sort of those things that wow, what I'm going through isn't weird. It's not bad. It's something everyone goes through, and even these superhuman people who are invincible struggle with this stuff. So it kind of gives a
Yeah.
little bit of something, a little bit of substance to people that are going through those things. Like maybe I should just hold on a second longer.
Gives you a bit of hope. It's like if Superman can keep on going, maybe I can.
Yeah. Marchan, United, you've been really quiet.
Oh,
Speak up.
why?
You gotta talk, man.
You guys just got
Hey,
so
you
invested in
said
that. I
some
can't relate to
specs.
any of that
He
since
is
I've never played any
the
of
name
those.
United.
Well, have you played Undertale?
No,
I mentioned.
Well, how
No,
about we just
I've
how about
not
we
played
just let
Undertale.
no,
Marchan, United, how about you
Have you at
drive
least
like the next
watched
few
it?
minutes? Just
no.
you drive the conversation.
Boy, the flip.
I wasn't
How do
interested
you
in
not
it.
watch Undertale?
I was not
Axel,
interested in
Oi,
that.
pipe it, all right? Let them drive for a few seconds. Give them the
What is-
steering wheel.
What is a great game that is coming out? Oh, hello.
United,
Kevin,
could you
you got it.
speak up? I know. Well, you just
I'm
did too,
speaking
Specs.
up.
You're just really quiet for some reason.
I said, what are a couple game? God damn it.
No, how about you just talk? Don't ask us the questions. I want to make sure you have time to talk. Do whatever you want to talk about. Just go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was thinking. I was saying like, what are some recent games that made you piqued your interest in playing of? Yeah.
What? How about you? What are games that piqued your interest?
Well, recently it's been Spellbreak, that battle royale with gloves,
Ooh, I want to check that out.
gauntlets. I know, right? It's actually pretty good. I'm just surprised. We got our first win.
Told y'all.
That's what
That
I've
was
heard.
pretty dank.
Awesome.
I don't know.
Guaranteed first win unless you suck.
Oh my god.
That is true.
Thank you
Guaranteed
for that,
first win.
March.
If the core can do it, anybody can.
Ooh.
Hey, we're gonna cut that out.
Nope,
No,
I'm leaving that in
Share my
there.
identity.
I'm leaving that
That's
in
gonna
there.
get cut
Afro
out, man. A lot of stuff
that
gets cut out.
covers most of his head.
Oh, wait,
He can.
wait. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, the emotions thing definitely can tie in that with just video games. Even with like books, I'm reading this one series now. I'll name it. It's the Dresden Files by Jim Butcher, and it's crazy the feelings you can feel for these characters that aren't even real. The connection you like develop with them, it's crazy. They're just fake, but like I can't describe it. How you become to know them and understand them and know what they're thinking, and they're not even real.
I think it
It
really
really
has
is
to do with
amazing. It builds a connection.
humans have become such a successful species for several reasons, but the main reasons is that we're really sociable creatures, and we are really great at communicating. Or sometimes, really great at communicating. Sometimes, and what was I going to say? Gosh darn it.
I don't know what you were gonna say, but I think that's a great way to roll this back to the original topic of we're very sociable creatures, and that is how it is very hard to be in just quarantine in general. Just
Yeah, it definitely took a toll on people.
especially when it's like really, it's such a change, like an insane change.
Just want to see people again. Tired.
Exactly. Like I don't even care who it is. Like somebody. Just
The
it could be the
mailman.
mailman. I just need
Yeah.
to see and talk to somebody in person.
Mailman, please, no, come back. Don't leave.
Mailman starts running
Amazon
away.
driver,
Like,
don't
who's
leave
this
me.
Crazy person.
She's just attached to the mailman like a leech. Don't leave.
My train of thought was completely derailed.
Oh, I was trying to give you a chance to think. Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
We were
yeah,
talking
Big
about
brain.
I was saying emotions in books, and you were going to vote on that with humans and sociable creatures.
yeah. I think my brain just fell out of my head. Well, yeah. Okay, so I'll just
We'll pick it up then.
yeah, I'll just try to pick this up as I go.
Mhm.
I think, gosh darn it, words are hard, you know.
A
Yes.
bit, but you know.
Why we
I
are
can keep
able
going.
to connect to fictional characters in movies or whatever type of media. Oh my gosh, my light just turned on. Ow, god darn it. Oh,
Oh, that's going in the bloopers.
I have it on a timer and it just lit up right in my face.
Fancy light.
Fancy.
Ooh, fancy.
So
Alarma,
Back
alert.
on track. Back on track.
Yes.
why we're able to connect with whether it's a superhero or just a normal character in some sort of history book or whatever is because we've grown our socializing skills and our ways to connect with one or each other and communicate so much over time. And that's why we're here today. That's why we've been able to kind of mend and bend the world to fit us as best as it can.
That's a very nice way of saying to bend everything to our will.
Yeah.
Word.
Essentially, that's what we're doing. It does have quite a few negative effects.
Mhm.
But at our core, most of us have good intentions. But
Oh, we try.
when it comes to stuff like playing a game and afterwards you cry after something that doesn't even happen to you, and it's just a character in a book that isn't real, and yet this thing you're kind of living their life with them. The story, you're part of it, even though you're behind a TV screen with a controller in your hand, or you're behind a book and you're just turning the page. You're living it with them as if time is progressing in our timeline and theirs at the same
Or
time.
and you're in their like world and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what a good type of media, again, whether it's a game or a good movie or game really tries. Why'd you say that? Because now I read it and I lost my train of thought again.
Well,
Like
Another
This is a
take.
GTA.
good
GTA has like
episode.
great,
I
great
think
things as well too.
I think we have like 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
All right.
If,
Well,
if we want to go to that hour, like we can go longer. I mean, I'm enjoying this right now. So if you
can go longer. Yeah,
Okay,
we're probably just gonna end up editing out a bunch of stuff anyway. So,
that is true. Yeah.
let's see. I mean, we can just start talking about a different topic if y'all want to.
Yeah, we could definitely.
yeah, exactly. I mean, we don't have to really set to like a scripted sort of professional thing. This is just sort of us talking. So
Yeah. Segue.
All right. Well, since this is the first podcast, let's talk a little bit about us a little bit. Not necessarily our identities, but just just us in general, you know.
Wow.
So
think
who,
our
who wants to
persona.
start?
I guess you, Afro.
All right. Well, I'm a dumbass, so that we'll start with that.
Good way to sum up
That's got
what
the
you are.
board.
No. Okay.
It's sort of
Well,
hard to describe yourself when we're trying to keep things a secret. Like, how far can we really go? Like, hi, I'm Afro.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't think we should do the whole whatever you just said.
nah. I mean, I can. I don't know. I don't know.
Hi,
I
I'm
can
Morgan.
wiggle my way
I'm the
around
guy that likes to eat
without
pie.
having to give up my identity.
But it's not
So
even
you
just
like
like
to eat
trying to
ravioli?
hide our identities. It's sort of odd to just be like, hey, this is me. I think it's something that they should be able to pick up on as we go on. Because, like I said, we're not really talking to them. We're just
Yeah, I think that's
talking with
better like
each
that.
other.
Yeah.
All right.
God, I'm gonna have to do a lot of
I
editing
still
with
like
this.
pie.
I
I
can
know.
try and
I know,
help you. I
right?
don't know how, but I'll try and help you. I just have to. Don't let me forget. I have to do the summary for my class. I never did that. I did the math, but not the summary.
All right, so I'm just gonna jump into something to get this right back on track. So Wanda Vision, the trailer came out. I don't know if anyone saw that. I think it was on trending on YouTube for a little bit.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw
It looks awesome.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm a
What
fan of the
game?
MCU. I've sort of kind of slowly gotten out of it just because I don't know. It's a really complicated situation
And
where
and Fortnite also joined as well. So
I've sort of
Yeah.
lost not really lost interest. It's difficult to put into words. It's just MCU sort of feel like a lot of repeats or the same experience over and over again. But with WandaVision, it seems like they're really trying to have fun with it now. And a few days ago, Jupiter, I never talked about this. Uh,
Afro.
the best
Yep.
way. Oh, darn it.
Okay, well, just re-say that line, so then
So-
it's not weird. So like,
Yeah, because that's how you have to edit it out. I was just gonna say we have to figure out something.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
I'll have to help or so. I don't
So
know.
a few days ago, Afro and I were talking about this with the best movies in the MCU were the ones that they really just tried having fun with. And Afro brought up Guardians of the Galaxy. That's a really good one. They're just having fun. And with WandaVision, the story of it, even though we don't know much, the story of it seems interesting. The concept, the style, the visuals, it seems really new and refreshing, especially in the MCU. And I think a part of it, a large part of it, is that it's no longer in the form of a movie. I think movies are really limited to what they can do and the experience you can get out of a movie. A good movie is a good experience, but that's about it. But I think a TV show can really stretch out the stories because, of course, a movie theater, uh, they're only like an hour long, an hour 30 minutes long. Endgame was an
2
exception,
hours.
3 hours.
Endgame was, oh boy,
Yeah, exactly.
that was an adventure
If
right
you want
there.
a big story in a movie, you're just gonna be sitting there for 3 hours, and it gets kind of crazy after for just sitting there for 3 hours. I think that's actually a good connection to virtual schooling. We're sitting there complaining about 3 hours sitting in the movie theater. Imagine just 7 hours in front of a computer for school. But anyway, and with a TV format, like a show format similar to The Mandalorian, they can really stretch out the main story and then add tinier adventures within those episodes, which makes each episode refreshing and fun and exciting, and one makes you want more because the next one's going to be completely different. And with WandaVision, the story itself, no one knows exactly what it is, but we're thinking that they're really reverting back to the comic book powers of Wanda, where she's absolutely insane and she can create and bend realities and make whatever she wants. Because in this reality,
Yeah, it's
it seems
like,
like
isn't it chaos magic? Is
yeah,
that what her
exactly.
thing is?
Yeah, it's chaos magic or something like that. Uh, and in this reality, it seems like her ideal vision. I think that's something that I want to talk about in the title. Her ideal vision of her life, a normal life, and she's married to Vision, and I think at one point they have kids and stuff like that. And I think they intentionally named the show WandaVision. And when they first announced it, I was like, "Oh, that's a weird title," because it's not Wanda and Vision; it's Wanda's vision. That's why they don't have the "and" in between there. They're not talking about Vision himself, but her idealistic world that she can live in. And in the trailer itself, they start asking questions. They're at a dinner with their neighbors or something like that. And the neighbors start asking questions like, where are you from? What do you do? Why don't you have kids? and they just sit there. And as Wanda's sitting there,
Weird questions.
the screen, like the format or the ratio of the screen starts to stretch. And usually in movies or video games, that means that somebody's anxious or nervous or something like that. And that shows that she's sort of breaking out of this reality that she put herself in, to the point where before she forgot it, she created that reality. She just thought it was her life. And as they're answering that question, she's thinking back. Her different realities started to fall apart. She's wait, where did I come from? What did I do before this? And then she started realizing, oh yeah, my husband, he's dead. He got a stone ripped out of his forehead.
It's like, oh yeah, I killed him. Then he got resurrected, and then he died again.
And some people are speculating that she was so depressed that she created a reality to help cope with it, which
That's sad.
I mean, it's sad, but it makes sense. I mean, the love of her life.
Makes sense, but it's really sad.
As the trial goes on, it shows that then eventually Vision breaks out of this reality, and even one part of it, someone gets sent from her reality that she created to the actual real world. So
Wow.
that might suggest that Vision is coming back to life, because in the one part he sort of wakes up from the trance and he's sentient and he's alive and he's just like normal Vision. He's like, where am I? And he's able to wake other people up from the trance too. So
That's very.
I don't know.
Well,
Marvel's just getting real meta with this type stuff. Okay.
I know.
that's the Marvel Universe, though. If you even read a single comic, that's Marvel Universe. But I think that's why a lot of people like the Marvel Universe, because DC, personally, it just seems really bland and drab and dark and plain. Maybe that's the theme they're going for. But Marvel really likes to have fun and just be like, yeah, whatever.
Let it fly.
Yeah, exactly. They're superheroes. Who cares?
Swing it.
Yeah. It's like
And-
DC goes off of, in my opinion, like it's more of the heroes instead of Marvel, where it's more like the heroes' lives. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah, like
these are heroes, but they have struggles as well. Where DC does that, but I don't feel like they do it to the extent that Marvel does. I could be completely wrong, but you know.
Well, I can
But-
see where you're coming from, because just thinking back on all the DC movies I've watched, except for Christian Bale Batman movies, those would be really good. Those were just Bruce Wayne stories. But modern day DC movies are just sort of nothing really. There's no substance to them. There's nothing to grab onto. It's just nothing really. There's not much you can say about it because there's not much there. It's just Batman
Blah.
or Justice League, Aquaman. There's nothing really there. That's why they're not really successful as Marvel, because you watch it and you come out of it just thinking, well, that was an experience, not really a good one. It's just
It's just Batman. It's just
Yeah.
Oh, man.
a bunch
Yeah.
of Batman.
Aquaman was pretty good, in my opinion.
I
Like,
haven't seen it.
I like Batman.
I liked Aquaman. Okay.
I just don't like Jason Momoa. I just think he's a weird.
Really?
I just think he's a weird choice
No.
for Aquaman. It's just I don't know.
He's dope.
The Aquaman's always been that weird superhero. It's just like he talks to fish, and everyone makes fun of him. And
Yeah,
then,
but Jason Momoa made him actually look cool, though.
no, they tried to do that. At least, again, this is how I feel about it.
But Aquaman,
They
like,
tried to make him cool, and then it just really made him seem like a joke. It's like it's
not
Aquaman,
in my opinion.
and it just seems like
I
they
disagree.
oversaturated like the coolness and masculinity. Oh, I'm Jason Momoa. I'm Aquaman. But no, you're still Aquaman. You still just talk to fish.
I don't know. I kind of like DC and Marvel in their own ways.
Yeah, I like them both, but it's like Marvel's better, in my opinion.
Real
I
quick,
think
sorry
yeah.
to interrupt.
the
Craig is a part of this.
don't forget Craig. He's our friend.
Everybody gotta say thank you to Craig for helping us.
Thank
Thank
you,
Thank
Craig.
you, Craig.
Thank you, Craig.
I think the best DC story is, I don't really remember the title exactly. It's in my bookshelf. I might look at it, but it's called either Blackest Night or Darkest Night. That's a really good one, mainly because it takes the idea of, with Marvel, how they bring the entire universe together. It does that with DC and just sort of kills them all. But then at the end, it really focuses on the battle between darkness and light, and it sort of manifests them into actual beings. And it's such a crazy storyline. It's hard to explain. But by the end of it, Flash has a Hope Lantern ring, and he's bright blue. And then all the Lantern Corps combine their powers to become the White Lantern Corps and defeat the black ones, which are like zombies. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Speaking of zombies, have you guys seen Marvel Zombies? Oh,
Oh,
no.
yeah, we're gonna
No, cut it out. Cut that out. No,
Whoops.
get that out of here.
Once again. What do you mean once again? It's been happening for the past 500 years.
I know.
Once again.
Oh,
Oh, so it's okay.
Hey.
So it's just a normal
Hey,
thing
you.
now.
I hate you.
Sorry, you're always 4-against-1. Well,
Despise
it's
all of you.
yeah.
Is that gonna be the end for now? Are y'all
No,
keep
it's not.
going?
We still have like 10 minutes.
All right.
And,
only-
United and Maro-chan, you haven't said a thing.
Hey, let them
Saying
come out of their
stuff.
shell at their own pace.
United's already
Yes.
trying to get out of it, and he has to start.
He's just playing a game over there.
I'm not playing the game.
I'm sorry, United, but we might have to fire you. Sorry.
No.
No,
If you
this-
take
gotta
United,
participate.
I'm leaving too.
I'm not really interested in the whole superhero thing.
Yeah.
Well, then talk about your topic.
Well, I don't really want to interrupt your topic.
Yeah.
Just go ahead.
Oh, okay. We
I
finished our
decided
topic.
Specs topic is over. Bye. Okay. Damn it.
We'll make an
Martin, what is
we'll make
it?
an awkward cut and then just jump
Maru.
to yours. So awkward cut.
Maru.
Putting me on
Awkward
the
cut
spot.
happening
make
in
the topic
3,
right around.
2, 1.
I'll join the flow with you. If I can make a top.
And-
Oh shit.
I joined
Hey,
the ball. I don't
You guys
break
can go
the
together.
ball.
I don't know. We're kind of boring people, so I don't.
You're
I
not
don't know
boring.
about that.
Not really. You just don't want to talk.
You guys don't have to come up with something as like broad or complex.
You can
like,
even just go into the topic section that we literally have and pick
Oh,
something
there
from
is
there.
also,
Like that's okay.
like I said, it doesn't have to be as broad or as complex as a topic as we've been talking about, whether it's video games or whatever. If it's something that you want, like specific, you want to talk about, like I watched this movie, I saw this TV show, I saw this in the news, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Just talk about something.
The pros of being a man.
Oh yeah. That
Weird.
Okay.
That one's pretty.
Man.
You have a
Man,
penis.
man.
Oh, I mean, it's universal. It's
Wait, what are we
it's
talking about?
universal.
What are we talking about?
Pros of being men.
Oh, we're doing it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess. All right, go ahead.
I mean, we only have like. I guess we can go longer than 10 minutes. Oh, sorry.
I'm just going to do an amazing topic of how does hair grow, suggested by United.
All right, I'm leaving this in.
Girl.
United, this isn't like a podcast topic. This is something you go on Google and you take 3 seconds to research.
Hey, I'm interested.
Are you in bed?
Talking about this? Huh?
Yeah, you're a medical student too.
You too, Maruchan.
I am. I know the thing. I know the answer.
And Hamon. Yeah, what's the answer? Because I wasn't in that.
No,
topic.
actually, no, we all know the answer, but we're not telling you because you can take 2 seconds to go on Google.
I did a literal science project on this, so I know.
All right, so how about you take a different side topic?
Google.
Here's a hint. It's a seed in your head.
Are we really gonna? I'm gonna leave this in. We're just gonna sit here until he comes up with an answer.
All right, I found it. It's with the follicle. Yeah, I remember this. Okay. And
No,
then
you
the oil
didn't.
gland and stuff. Yeah, I
Don't
remember
lie.
this.
You did not know.
Yes, I do remember this now.
But why'd you put it in the topic section then?
I thought we were talking about random topics. I'm retarded.
I don't think you learned. Do you think there are aliens on other planets in school?
I think that's pretty good.
Well, it is possible.
Mm.
No, hang on. How about we We cut the bull feces right here.
Cut the what?
Don't even bring the possible word into this. It is a definitive yes. You know how big the universe is? There is without a doubt in my mind that you can't even say possible. No, there is 100%. And if there's not, then that's a sad, pointless existence for us. We're just some sort of mad experiment, some sort of simulation of pointless, endless tests, and then we just die and become non-important bits. No, there's definitely life out there.
I mean, yeah, that's true because I mean, right now we don't even know the size of the universe. Like,
Exactly.
it's not like
And-
everything. Like, it's right now, it's like infinite because we haven't found the dead. What do you want to call it? The wall, the dead end. So I mean, it has to be possible as of right now.
You can't really measure something that you can't even see far enough to see.
No, yeah, we're gonna use.
All right.
Let's go
Here's a better question then to like bounce off of this, right? So, what type of alien do you think we'll encounter first, if any? Will we encounter one that's more advanced than humanity, or one that's less advanced?
See, this is just a really convoluted question, just because there's really no definitive answer like the other one where you can just say, yeah, there's without a doubt. This is just sort of thing where it could be either or. Who knows? If they're more advanced than us, then they would be able to get to us, or at least find us, because we're able to get to space, but we can't really go that far yet. Or we can't sustain human life as far as an advanced civilization. That's why we haven't found aliens, because one, we just can't get that far. We can't get a human that far. We might be able to send probes and satellites, but you can't really do much with a probe and satellite to look at planet surfaces that are millions of light years away, because we can't go light speed yet. So they're going to take literal centuries, millions of years just to get to them. And by that time, they're dead, maybe, you know?
Oh, I guess we're not going to see the gray alien anytime soon.
And even just thinking of alien life in general, who knows if it's a gray alien or whatever. We're like the idea
alien.
of a alien. we don't really have. Those are just ideas that we came up with. There's no real answer to say that they look like this or they look like that. It could just be as simple as bacteria, or who knows, there might be another humanoid life form out there. It just really comes down to the environment of the planet they're on.
I also wonder what would a peak evolution thing look like? Like
That's a good question.
if something else were to evolve, say like either on Earth or whatever, and be better than humans, what would it look like? And that's what I'm asking.
I don't know. It's tricky when you say peak of evolution. There really is no peak. There is no perfect state. It's always changing. There's always evolving. So I mean, not in that matter, like I guess you could just say no. But if you mean like in what way would they be better than humans? I don't know.
It's hard to say because on our planet there are so many different climates and many
restrictions. You could call it. You know.
Yeah, there are so many different
gravity
factors that come into play. Exactly, gravity. On some other planet where gravity is a lot more powerful, they need to have stronger bones and bigger bones and stronger muscles.
Yeah.
So there's really no way to say exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, they could be stronger in their world, but weaker in ours, or vice versa, depending on their environment.
Superman.
Yes, see? Connections.
When you're talking about just inside a planet, it's a controlled environment for a study. There are varying environments and stuff like that, but it's so much easier to compare something from this continent to this one versus this planet to this planet in an entirely different solar system. There's just so many crazy things that you'd have to deal with just to say, like, this one is like this one or not like this one. Well, it's actually a lot easier to say it's not like this.
And everything else.
What'd you say?
I said like the substances on that planet is different from ours, and how
exactly. I mean, there could be completely different elements on those different planets too,
or not even any elements. To be even more mind blowing.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, that would be pretty shocking.
That would be very shocking.
Like a planet made of gas that has organisms.
Modern science is all about. It's about not just exploring our own planet, but exploring the universe just to see what's out there.
Almost like defying the standards, because we've set so many standards and limits. Can we beat those?
Exactly. We're still just animals on a planet. We've just gone to a point where we're sort of self-aware of ourselves and our universe and stuff like that. So
This might be like a little like way far from what we're talking about, but it's like monkeys, or not monkeys, but specifically chimpanzees. People have been like debating whether they can actually like learn how to speak or like actually use sign language, because they can answer questions, but they can't make questions. It's like they can't say where's the food or something like that. They'll answer you if you say where's the food, because then they can be like, it's right here. But
it's really just
it's like they don't know if they have higher understanding yet. And I don't think
it's
they do.
just what's necessary for their survival. There are different requirements that had to be met. We started to discover things, and that kind of pushed evolution forward. As we entered the Stone Age and discovered how to make tools, that sort of set us off on a spiraling path into almost speeding up our own evolution away of not just if there's actual term for this, not really biological evolution, but cultural evolution. We weren't, getting an extra arm or whatever. We were just sort of advancing in our own society and as an inner species, not really in the whole game of nature.
I think we're evolving biologically like a lot slower now, because
It's
you don't
hard to say.
necessarily say like way back when we were like cavemen, right? If you were born without a leg, you were dead. But now you don't necessarily need a leg. Say like if you're born without a leg, it's not the end of the world. Like
But
you're not gonna.
that's because we've gone to a point where biological evolution is not the only thing that sort of controls our life. It's cultural evolution. We've gone to the point where
Yeah.
you can have a prosthetic, or you could just sit in a wheelchair and you could still live perfectly meaningful and great lives. And again, we've evolved culturally to a point where life isn't about surviving anymore. Of course, that's sort of, you don't want to die, but it's not really an issue in our everyday lives that we worry about. You're hungry. You don't have to be scared that you're hungry. You just go to your
Just make
refrigerator
some
and get some
food.
Hot Pockets and microwave them.
We've developed
better
as a society
like
survival
Not
cushion.
anything good.
Our main focus now is to live a meaningful life because, like I said, we've become aware in a sense that we're going to die, and having babies is only going to, it's only really 18 years, and then they're out. And most people live 80 years, so you have to we're aware that in those other absent years where they're gone, and if you don't have babies, in those 80 years, what are you going to do? And then why don't we get smarter? Why don't we learn how to mess with our world and explore the universe that we're in? Because why not? Really, we're here, and we've gone given this miracle of life that just seems absolutely extraordinary. Let's take advantage of it because it's the only thing we have. After those 80 years, we're gone forever.
83-year-old man exploring the world, killing the natives.
Stealing land, it's all good.
Spreading disease.
Alcohol,
Racism.
drugs, stuff like that.
That drugs.
All right. Well, I think
Heavy
for
rain.
Yeah, I
That
think that was a very good
was
podcast.
topic, but we kind of took it over.
yeah, for our first podcast, it was rough, but I think it was a good start. And
Rough but beautiful.
it's
Yes.
been
Diamond.
like an hour now. It's been an hour now. I think we could cut it off here, and we have a general basis on what we're going to do now. I think from here we could definitely improve, sort of organize it a bit more, but still keep that natural feel to it.
And remember names.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write a sticky note on my cover of my monitor.
Hey, you did it too. Did it
I did
too.
it once.
All right. So as we're leaving, remember, eat your vegetables. Don't smoke them. Goodbye.
All right, and that is it for the
On
first
that note,
Bunch of Fools podcast.